See, invariably, the questions are all based on about yourself only. How confident are you introducing yourself? How confident are you telling about your skills and suitability for that Fccs program? And the next question will be, what do you know about Federal Bank? And here again, you must try to tell the latest figures, latest achievements of Federal Bank. And thereafter comes what is Fccs program. About that, I think I have posted more than 1 or 2 videos wherein we were detailing about, say, this internship program being conducted by Manipal Global Education, whatever it is. So that one you have to, that question you have to manage. And after that question is over, then they will go into further details of, say, about KYC norms. What are the for problems in KYC? Then they can also, I don't know whether they have asked, they can ask about electronic KYC and all that, followed by then money laundering. And after that comes what are the crimes committed on banks and how they can be prevented. What are the frauds so far committed by the on the banks? Like that only it will go. And they will also ask you, how do you imagine, what do you visualize about this position after 2 years? Only these questions are being repeated one after the other. You can choose any one of these questions and try to answer. Aparna, you are from which place?
Sir, Kerala.
When did you join our group?
Yesterday, day before yesterday.
Oh, achha. For these people, I have to continue because many of you. So now, did you get the materials from us regarding Federal Bank materials?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Now, how will you manage question on your is there anybody who is interested in discussing about yourself, that question, and strengths and weakness? Or shall we take that now, or should we take up about Federal Bank? Which one would you like me to discuss? About which one you would like to take up for a discussion? I am not going to tell. You have to tell, after which, after all of you telling, I will try to add or subtract some ideas from what you say. That is one question. Next question is, what do you know about Fccs program? That question. Then what do you think will be the scope for this program? Like these questions. These 4 questions are there. Which question? Who is going to have an interview in the near future? 31st? Anybody 31st?
Sir, I have on 31st.
Meera, you choose any one of these questions and answer. Of course, after this, today you will have your mock interview with me later on. But now you choose any one question and then answer.
Sir, about myself and about the program,
I
have studied, but the scope of program, I'm not sure. So can you discuss that one?
Which one? Which is not, you are not clear?
Scope of this program after the scope
that I've already told also. Somebody asked and I posted it in yesterday or day before yesterday class. Anyhow, some of our boys will explain about this. Let us see what Chaitanya has got to say about this. What is the scope of this integrated program? Participants. Chaitanya.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sir, first of all, Federal Bank is giving wonderful opportunity for the youngsters to continue with 24 months fixed employment, and after they will deploy to the any branches to performance branches. Mainly after completing this program, we will first 2 grades we will go with the officer. Scope of this program, mainly we will working on complaints and risk and audit functions. These 3, based on these things, we are deployed to the any branches, sir, in Federal Bank. We have roles and responsibilities, sir. We need to tell those answers.
Yeah, tell.
Basically undertaking the anti-money laundering and what things needed by the client. We need to provide all information to the client, and we will take internal reviews and risk assessment, and analyze the customer analyze the customer transactions, and we will make a report, and we will check the report is correct or not. And if related to home loans or escalated reports, we will make alarms, set alarms, and that's it, sir. 2-3 points are there.
Yeah, no. However, you are not clarified on question on scope. How do you see your future? Say that's the question that you didn't answer. We will go to Kiran. Kiran, what do you have to say on this?
Sir, as we know that our country is on a developing path, and it is essential for the banking sector to have a well-defined growth. And along with this growth in the banking sector, there are also so many crimes related to financial related crimes happening. So after completing this course, as they said, we are getting a degree on that post-graduation in risk and compliance, and with the training and other facilities they provide, I think we all will be able to have a better knowledge in risk and compliance, and we will be able to provide better problem solving. We will be having better problem solving skills and everything. So we should be able to resolve such issues happening in banking sector. So that's the main scope of this completing this program.
Rinta Thomas.
Hi, sir. As the banking sector has been growing upon, and also the anti-money laundering crimes are also increasing upon the growth of the banks. So there's a high chance for this one program, since we have completed this one diploma course and we have a certification in this. And if we can continue with the federal bank itself, there is a high chance to get there's a more chance to grow our career in this part, since these all activities are being getting more and more. There's a high scope for this one program.
Ajay Benny.
This course is providing a postgraduate diploma in risk and compliances, as well as we are getting CFCS certification in certified financial crime specialist. And this scope is when we have these certificates, it opens up performance to investigational skills, and it helps in our advanced career in financial crime compliances, and it helps in adding efficiencies and avoiding malpractices in companies, and it also opens the door for a large career in financial investigation fields.
Venkatesh.
Sir, mine junior management grade, sir. I can tell.
You are joined for junior management grade. For you, of course, how do you see your future in federal bank?
Like roles and responsibilities, no, sir?
You tell that.
Generally, mine will be like if I'll be junior management grade, mine will be customer acquisition and the business survey and the augmentation of the parabanking, like the insurance or any parabanking sectors, and assist the team achieves the all targets. And I will be the front end customer facing role to meet the expected standards of the external and internal customer, where I will be in that branch and ensure customer delight by personally attending the customer. If the customer will come, I will take their problems and I will give the financial solution. Which product of the banking is good, I will give to them. And also I will do other works that like retail operations, like a check like in issuance of check and DD, ATM, and the like that. And also I will be always learning attitude and self-motivated and updated with the policies, which are like continuously policies will coming. I will be updated with policies and giving the financial solutions, sir.
Aparna?
Sir, as we all know, the banking sector is growing, and along with this, a lot of crime is taking place day by day. And from this, we can say that there is a lot of scope in this field as a financial crime compliance specialist.
Exactly. The points
all,
have
sir.
been covered by all of them, Meera. Now, can you summarize and tell me how do you see the scope of your FCCS?
Yes, sir. So I feel that most of us will have the aim of most of us will be to work in federal bank itself. I'm sure that if we get an opportunity, we'll work hard and get into the finance and compliance department of federal bank itself. And otherwise, after the program, there are many most of the banks, as we know, are having most of the banks, as we know, are having issues in the to reduce their NPA, non-performing assets. And even in the government sector, many of the banks are in loss right now. So we have many opportunities both in the private and government sector. And if we want to if we want to go into the investigation side, we can go into the investigation side of the financial crime. And otherwise, we can also specialize in each sector in different types of money laundering, like different types of money laundering, like bribery or tax evasion, and then work in each of that particular field. So with in a developing country like India, I feel the potential for this course is immense.
What is the mistake one point you made was a wrong statement during last 1.5 minute discussion. You made a statement which is not true at present. Can you identify which statement is that?
So is it the government sector one?
Yeah, it is related to government sector banks. Some statement you made, that statement is wrong.
That many government sector banks are having issues related to non-performing assets.
That is a correct That is a correct statement. Many public sector banks are having issues regarding FCCS. Fine. Then, but there is one more statement. Chaitanya, can you recollect which statement of hers is wrong? Chaitanya.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What statement did she make which was wrong? Did you hear her properly? Aparna, did you hear her properly? Did you find which statement she made was wrong? Ajay Benny, Venkatesh, Kiran. She made statement about public sector banks. What did she tell about that? Now, why are you not able to remember your own statement, Meera? You made a statement that banks are under loss now. Many of the public sector banks are under loss now. That is totally wrong. No bank is under loss now. In this, by this year end and all, or last year, they have been making profits only.
Okay, sir.
So that is the statement. Otherwise, your statements are all correct only. Now, yes, the brief answer for this will be, our economy is growing at a rapid pace, and say banks are diversifying their activities in different areas. Like say banks are having public sector banks, private sector banks, small banks, then payment banks, And we are going to have a lot of neo banks in the days to come where there are no branches. And hence, there are possibilities of more crimes being committed. Those steps are being taken to eliminate them because the technological knowledge of the customers is not much, so people are taking advantage. So there is a very good scope for succeeding in this area, FCCS area, and I hope to be absorbed in Federal Bank, and I see my prospect to be good in the years to come. You must tell confidently like that. Could you follow? That whatever you said is correct. Banks, economy is growing, banks are growing, more economic problem, there is crimes and say, what is that one? Viral attacks, etc. are going to be there. And in order to prevent that and monitor the function, the role of FCCS will gain more importance. At one stage, Meera was trying to tell that I expect to be taken to Federal Bank. If at all they don't take, I will get job in other banks. But don't tell that statement, Meera. You were about to come for that statement, but luckily you avoided that. But you don't have to tell them 100% it is true. After this FCCS program, your merit will go up, your knowledge will go up, and you will be suitable for jumping to other banks. And soon other public sector banks will be throwing open their doors for recruiting similar people. As on date, I think there are not many people who have been trained in this area. Whatever existing, inspection audit, that is all taking place with the old procedures only. Now, probably in your Manipal Global Education, they will be teaching you new methods and strategies and to tackle the problems arising out of this computerization, etc. On account of full, internet and say mobile banking, etc. So what are the further problems to come that can be handled by you effectively, so once you improve your expertise on that, automatically your merit will grow and you will be more in demand, and automatically your Federal Bank will absorb you. But don't tell them. If per chance you are not absorbed, even then you can try to migrate to other banks also. My suggestion is that after you are getting this, integrated program also, you be reading. I know you'll be having sufficient workload in the integrated program. You be learning that. Along with that, you keep yourself in touch with say any online tests for at least the preliminary level. You be learning it, improving your ability so that you are not becoming unsuitable after coming out of the diploma program. Meera, could you follow what I said? Manasalayo?
Yes, sir. Understood, sir.
Malayalathala parayo?
Sir, should I say the same in Malayalam?
The last few words, 1 minute, whatever I said.
Okay, so e program kazhinja അഥവാ ഈ പ്രോഗ്രാമിന് സെലക്ഷൻ കിട്ടിയാലും പ്രോഗ്രാമിന്റെ സമയത്ത് നമ്മൾ ബാക്കി എക്സാംസിന്റെ പ്രിലിമിനറി ലെവൽ ഉള്ളതിന് എങ്കിലും പ്രാക്ടീസ് ചെയ്തുകൊണ്ടിരിക്കണം. അപ്പൊ പ്രോഗ്രാം കഴിയുമ്പോഴും നമ്മൾ ബാക്കി കോമ്പറ്റീഷന് വേണ്ടി റെഡി ആയിരിക്കും.
No, you did not tell the point. Mostly we hope to be absorbed in Federal Bank. If per chance we are not absorbed, we must be able to migrate to other public sector banks or in other avenues, because some of you may be not very old. You may be only 22, 23 and all that. You have time for another 5-6 years. So you can jump over to other banks also in case of need. But one problem is that the competition in the outside world is very tough. The reason why you are able to be qualified in Karnataka Bank, Federal Bank, South Indian Bank is that they clear majority of people for interviews and then select on interview basis. Whereas in the public sector like SBI and IBPS, the cutoff level is very high. And so your ability must be, you must continue to improve your ability. Understand? Yeah. So that is a point I want to tell you. Meera, last sentence, Malayalatila parayu.
Yes, sir. So, നമ്മളിൽ കുറെ പേര് ഭയങ്കര യങ് ആണ്, ഒരു 22 വയസ്സൊക്കെ ഉള്ളൂ. അപ്പൊ നമ്മൾക്ക് ഇനിയും പബ്ലിക് സെക്ടർ ബാങ്ക്സിലേക്ക് മാറാനുള്ള അവസരങ്ങൾ ഉണ്ടാവും. അപ്പൊ അഥവാ ഈ ഫെഡറൽ ബാങ്കിൽ കയറിയാലും നമ്മൾ ബാക്കി പബ്ലിക് സെക്ടർ ബാങ്കിലേക്ക് കയറാൻ വേണ്ടി ശ്രമിക്കണം. പിന്നെ ഫെഡറൽ ബാങ്കും സൗത്ത് ഇന്ത്യൻ ബാങ്ക്, കർണാടക ബാങ്കിലൊക്കെ പ്രൈവറ്റ് ബാങ്ക്സ് ആയ കാരണം കോമ്പറ്റീഷൻ കുറവാണ്. അത് കാരണം നമുക്ക് ഇത്ര എളുപ്പത്തിൽ കയറാൻ പറ്റുന്നത്. പക്ഷെ പബ്ലിക് സെക്ടർ ബാങ്ക്സിൽ കോമ്പറ്റീഷൻ ഭയങ്കര കൂടുതലാണ്. അപ്പൊ നമ്മൾ അതിനനുസരിച്ച് പ്രിപ്പയർഡ് ആയിരിക്കണം.
Good. So, very nice. I think I don't know Malayalam, but you spoke very well. You spoke very well. Thank you so much. Now, this question has been answered. Now, which other questions you would like to take up for this? Yeah.
Sir, can you tell briefly this also, sir, junior management grade, how we want to tell?
Junior management grade?
For
sir, you?
This,
no, for you, no problem. Junior management, what is your mother tongue?
Telugu, sir.
Telugu. మీకు ఇది అప్లికబుల్ అవ్వలేదు, ఎందుకంటే మీరు see if you are recruited, you will be absorbed in probation and then afterwards you will be confirmed. But these people are joining integrated program where the job is assured only for people who are in the first 2 grades also. 2 categories, something they are telling. So it depends on the need at that time for the Federal Bank. And by the time this 2 years time goes, some of them will be leaving the job and going away. Only a few small percentage may stay therein. And at that time, they will be absorbing them mostly. There won't be any problem in that regard. For you, such a question doesn't arise, you will be absorbed. And if at all you are not confirmed after 2 years, your confirmation, your probation will be extended by 1 more year. They will give 1 more year for you to satisfy. If still you are not satisfying only, they will send you out of the job. Understand?
Okay, sir.
Yeah. Good. Now, any other questions you would like to get clarification? Please, anybody else? Doubts? Rinta Thomas. Rinta Thomas, I would ask Meera to put a question to Rinta Thomas. Any question that comes to your mind. But don't put embarrassing questions. Don't put personal questions. Ask. Meera, quick.
Rinta, can you explain KYC and AML regulation?
Okay. Actually, I was not much aware about KYC and AML regulation, even though I have a little bit knowledge about it. KYC means know your customer. Bank should be aware about the customer who has been coming to open a bank account or doing financial transaction within the bank. Because without knowing about anything about the person, bank cannot take any actions against us, even though if he had done any malpractices or any malfunctions while doing any transactions. Because only by knowing his monthly income, salary, or any other source of income that he have and all, only then bank will be able to know if an excess amount come to his account. They will identify and check all those transactions and clarify them with him or take any necessary actions if they're required. And AML means anti-money laundering. Anti-money laundering. Money laundering has been money laundering was done by each and every person in our country, because they all been making money in money by doing some malpractices and all. So they want to launder the money and take those money into their account. So such program like FCCS are required to identify these malpractices and these laundering process, and to identify all these activities to take necessary actions against them. I'm just aware about that much only. I hope you got the point.
Rinta.
Yes, sir.
Rinta. See, your delivery of message was very good. You were talking nicely in English, but certainly you made a very forceful statement, I think, which would have made everyone shake. What did you say? You said every one of us is making anti-money laundering.
Sorry, sir.
Every one of us is making money laundering. Every one of us is making income. We are trying to make that income a real income, something like that. So that point was wrong. So apart from that, you and another mistake I found in your answer is that you were trying to elaborate about that KYC in a much longer way. 1 minute you spent time on before you have not come into the main ways of getting KYC also. KYC is know your customer. The bank must know the identity of the person and the bona fide of the person. Okay, that's all.
Yes,
and you started telling me, see, we must know the customer very well because he may commit a fraud at a later time. It is like giving, say, getting married. When we get married, if we do not know the other person, he will do trick on us. And if allowed opportunity, you would have gone into that angle also. Understand? So
yes, sir.
See, when we talk, we should talk briefly. This is sufficient. Okay, KYC is know your customer, which is done as per the RBI mandate. RBI has told it is a compulsory thing that to verify the bona fide and the genuineness and the identity of the person for whom we are going to open the account. Every bank knows that, but since people working in that bank, in order to achieve, say, targets, they may go away from the rules. Sometimes knowingly, they may commit mistakes. This is also a wrong statement. I am only telling sometimes. Because I am reminded of 1970s when some depositor used to come to our bank and he will come and open account in the name of Tendulkar, the name of cricket players in those days, the famous players. Because he used to have a lot of money, he will come and put it and get it renewed every 30 days, something like that. And, in those days, this much of restrictions were not there. KYC formalities were not there. And only thing is, we used to insist on introduction at the time of opening of account. We always used to say the account must be introduced by a person who has been having account with us for 6 months. And we normally used to say, if you cement dealer is opening an account, he must be introduced by a person who is dealing in cement. So something like that. So that way, KYC simply this: know your customer, ensure identity, then also identification of the person, genuineness, and the bona fide. And it is done by taking the following 6 documents that you didn't tell, like passport, Aadhaar card, PAN card, driving license, Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Card, voter ID, any one of these documents to be given. And then if you take a PAN card, it is also necessary to have a address proof, because PAN card doesn't have an address behind it. Correct?
Yes.
So that is how. Otherwise, you told nicely, no problem. Good. Now, Rinta Thomas, you ask one question to Aparna.
Sir. Sir, sorry to
Aparna,
say
you are new.
I haven't prepared.
You are
yes,
new.
Sir.
So you
I
are
haven't
new.
prepared.
Okay, no problem. No problem. Rinta Thomas will ask, Rinta Thomas will ask Anju. Anju is a new candidate. I don't know. Anju, you are a new candidate, or I think she is maybe new only. Or you ask Chaitanya. Chaitanya will face anybody. Come on, put question to Chaitanya.
Yes.
Rinta, next 5 minutes only time for us. Yeah.
Okay, sir. Okay, Chaitanya. Can you please explain me about the risk that is involved in FCC program?
Risk. When a risk means towards the in any situation we can take decide that problem, that situation we want to do that thing. Now we will want to face risk, then we will take further some more actions regarding that. Most probably banks will take risk taking deposits from the customer, and they are giving loans to the customers. For other customers higher interest, they will get gain from that only. In that they will follow risk management. In risk management, how the customer identification, how he was given or not given, related to non-performing assets, they will calculate everything. Not only that thing, civil score also they will calculate before giving loans towards that thing. They will, that's it.
No, I think you are not touched upon the point. Her question
Yes,
was,
sir.
her question was, what are the risks to which bankers are exposed? Or under FCCS, what risks are we talking about? This is the question she asked. This is the question she asked. Can anyone answer this? Otherwise, I suggest you go through risk management material. I think it is already told about credit risk, market risk, interest risk, and so many types of risks are given. And the major risk is credit risk. The person may not pay the money, and fraudulent activity also is another risk. People come and open the accounts purposely to cheat. That is also there, like it happening, in some places. It is not relevant, but still some boys or girls doing more than number of 5 or 6 marriages. The story is very famous in Kerala only. Kerala mostly, and it is not that it's not there in other states. So likewise, people open accounts in different banks with an intention to create or cheat the banks. So that should be checked. Rinta Thomas, it's a good question. We will discuss to, yeah.
Can we add the crimes in bank in this question?
The crimes in banks, I have already given you.
No, if the question is like, what are the risks in FCCS? Can we add the points of crimes in bank to?
Yeah, no. Under the risk, one of the risks is the crimes being committed. Apart from that, there are other risks like market risk, interest rate risk, etc., over which we cannot have any direct control. But you FCCE people will have control over only the frauds, the risk against the frauds being committed by the customers, by the staff members, by customers and staff members put together likewise. Okay. Very good. Best wishes. This
I have an appointment for a mock
86 Acha, your time. 86005 is your time. Sorry, your number.
My number is 8606-16819.
Today is 27.
Yes, sir.
27 16819. Correct. Last number.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Yes. Correct. Thank you. So
sir, I have 89108.
Yeah, for you afterwards, after this boy.
Okay, sir.
So we will stop this with this. Thank you so much, boys and girls, for being